If you're a man, you don't cry about it. You take life, the ups and downs. If you're a real man, you never go down, you just stay up. That's why this sport coat costs $800 and that costs $200. And I don't know what that costs, I'd be ashamed to wear it. That's why I'm wearing lizard shoes and a Rolex watch.
Importing it, snorting it, any competition extorting it, anything I want affording it, got enough crack to get four to hit, turn a saint to a sinner, lose to a winner, whether old school or upbeat, getting my shit's the best, Rick's the best, have your heart beating right out your chest, that Ric Flair like, woo! That Ric Flair like, woo! This is all I do, I got that Ric Flair like, woo! Woo! Styling, profiling, that Ricky make a girl go, woo!
I was gonna take the subway and I was like, oh, I got a lot of time. Because these schlubs don't have everything set up yet. That's what I thought. Because every other time I've walked into this...
Well, it's Sanker's. He's the only schlub.
Well, and of course you're not here.
Yeah. It's all Sanker's fault. I'm on the subway.
Full Sanker, yeah. Fully Sanker. I was just waking up.
Hold on. Lee, say your thing.
Hey, you reached Goblin Ogre.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. No, the issue with the podcast and why it wasn't always set up is just the timing. This is a little easier.
I've done it to people as well. I've brought them over to my house and then spent like 15 minutes setting fucking dumb shit up.
Yeah, you just go, get comfortable. Yeah. I'm going to do this for
you want
an
a glass of water? Or a pop that I stole from someplace?
Are you a thief? Do you steal sometimes?
I'll take it from Loblaws 100%.
Yeah.
Every time I'm shopping at Loblaws, I pocket at least a couple things.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have you ever been kind of caught or no?
Nope. I only really started in like the last year and a half.
I get it. Post-inflation.
Big time.
Yeah.
It was that. I also dated like a woman that was crazy and stole shit all the time. And I was in a grocery store mad at her, and I needed to get a gift for somebody else, so I just grabbed this big Toblerone thing and put it in my pocket. And I was like, fuck it, that's my mom's Christmas gift this year, or whatever it was. And then I was like, that was really easy. I could do that more often. And then, yeah, again, if inflation and groceries aren't cheap, and I just started going like, yeah, I mean... Chocolate bars are that's Loblaws tax is I get like a truffle arrow bar. They're like really nice fancy ones.
I stole a nice baseball pin recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
From where?
An undisclosed mall at the hat store. I think it's called
Lids?
Lids, yeah.
You sold.
Yeah.
Oh, the pins. Oh yeah, they got in the like enamel pin game.
I got a really nice pin.
They got some cool ones there
It's
actually.
Big League Chew, like the packaging, but
Nice.
as a pin.
That's dope.
I had to take it.
That absolutely. That's
So I'm
totally,
a thief.
Yeah, I get it. I get that.
I mean, it's just
No, we walked Sanker.
no, you know we're bad because nothing gets him to walk.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Double checking that we're filming this gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I've contemplated starting to steal, and I just haven't yet.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I there's just
You should start with jokes, and then maybe comedy will get a little better.
further your career a little bit. Who's he gonna steal from though? Like you'd have to steal from pros.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to steal from
he's
like
right,
Bill Burr.
everyone sucks.
Yeah,
I've come to that realization is that maybe this is a bad like promotion for Toronto, but all of Toronto comedy is just okay. Like none of it is like
Speak the truth.
Well, there's to be fair though, there's barely anything on the line.
yeah.
There's not like it's first off, JFL's not happening this year, so many people's like big summer plan
dream
is gone in a lot of senses. And then that led to like only so many people going on like other festivals that they could have gone on or they didn't submit in time.
Or it just leads you to a big room where everybody in that room is boring.
Yeah,
You know?
it's true.
It's just every Toronto comic, like, it's like, hey, it's all good, but a lot of them are, I don't know what to talk to you about.
Yeah.
You could show with all the headliners in one green room at the next JFL and just be like, I wish I wasn't here. I want to go start smoking again. Like, can I go outside and just light a cigarette and just ignore everybody without coming across like an asshole?
Probably not, Lee.
Oh.
You probably can't come across as not an asshole.
I don't know. I've also like gotten into just like hating, but not like it is what it is. Like I'm hating on like when I hear about people being booked, and I'm finally at that point where I'm like,
why the fuck did that guy get that?
yeah.
Kind of oh, that's
I walked in on a conversation between two comics, neither of them who I knew who the fuck they were. And their conversation didn't seem interesting, but they just said, like, one goes to the other, oh, by the way, thanks a lot for getting me on that festival. And I'm like, in my head, I thought, why would someone put you on a festival? Which is a mean thing to think, but it's the truth.
But then again, like, if they were saying, thanks for getting me on the Winnipeg Festival or the, like, somewhere.
I think they said Winnipeg, maybe.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
and I
Winnipeg's
could
not that fancy, man. There's a bunch of fucking hacks that get on that shit.
Fair. but I'm saying in the sense of, like
it's TV and nobody watches it.
But there's a lot of people that just book festivals, and it's just they just get a lot of comics on.
They're called
on a show
gatekeepers, Mark.
That's
and
fair.
They don't want to allow you to go
gate?
through.
Or gay.
He did say
What's the
gatekeepers,
difference?
but yeah.
There's absolutely no difference. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gatekeeping's non-binary.
Yeah. I don't know. No, you're right. I don't think. Like, aren't a lot of festivals, like, not just the Winnipeg, but, like, a lot of festivals, there's, like, it's not, besides JFL, they're weird comedy. Isn't that, like, kind of the thing?
Yeah.
Like
I don't
it's
know.
themed.
Yeah, or, like, for example, I know...
The theme is always unfunny.
This year's theme of the Winnipeg Comedy Festival.
Yeah,
Don't be original.
I forgot about that. Yeah. One year it was, like, I remember seeing somebody working on their stuff because it was about... the environment. That was the theme. And I was just like, that's such a boring fucking theme. That's such a way to just kill a whole comedy fest.
I think themes are terrible, too.
I like one-off theme shows because it gives you the opportunity to write, like I like doing story stuff, and a couple times I've done a storytelling show.
But you could do that, but without the theme. Like, imagine, everybody's doing regular comedy, but you go up as a story guy. That's fine, too, if that's what you decide to do.
No,
you
but
have to wait for a theme.
No, I know, but, like, there has been good shows like Tinder Tales used to be a good one where you talk about being on shitty dates and stuff like that, or talk about the dating world. And
yeah, those are fine.
There's ones like that can be, or like Aaron Ryan and I years ago did Fuck Work and Other Stories. And it was just stories about shitty jobs that we had. And both of us led into bits that we ended up doing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, whoever created and put on the roast battle Avenger, like you have to be a hero or something.
The heroes roast battling is...
You need to be fucking destroyed.
I will be the supervillain.
Those shows give me the douchiest chills. Like
some of the roast battles are pretty fucking bad. I don't watch them, so I don't know how good the jokes are, but just when I hear the themes, I'm like, all right, we get it. I get it. So I do like some themes. Like if I'm doing a Valentine's show, I think it's cool if the person's like, we're trying to book people who are going to do dating jokes for the show because it's a Valentine's show, right? I'm fine with that, whatever, you know? But some of the roast battles kind of douche me out. And the environment.
To be fair, they are like scraping the barrel on the roast themes.
It's been around so long.
They're like let's do the fucking Mad Max roast. It's like no one other than Max and Furiosa, the two that have had movies about name me any other character in a Mad Max film.
Right.
That people would be like, oh yeah, that's right, he did wear a hockey mask. Like,
no, it's just so fucking nerdy.
It is nerdy.
Like it's so nerdy that it upsets you.
I've done Star Wars shows.
It's like bringing Comic-Con to fucking comedy, like to a mic.
Well, they do the fan.
You ever walk through an actual Comic-Con? I went to go meet Lloyd Kaufman from Troma, and I had to walk around all these nerds. I was infuriating, dude. It was so I want to fucking beat everybody up.
That's somebody should like any person that runs like some little like YouTube page should get Lee tickets to a fan expo or one of those things, and just get him to walk around and destroy people because that'll be.
You know what?
I think all the ones that are in there
with a gun. I don't do a mass shooting for the podcast. That's what I'll contribute.
I would love to figure out somehow to get press credentials or whatever to any event. I don't care.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Any event.
Yeah.
The GOP convention.
Yeah.
It's not even close to the letters that you're. GOP. Yeah. What is it? What is that? What's GOP?
It's the. That's what it stands
Really?
for. I knew you were right about
Because
the GOP.
it's not RNC.
Well, that's the Republican National Convention, but the party is called the GOP. Like one of their acronyms, rather.
I never knew that.
Yeah, no, I've heard it. I never knew why the GOP.
I guess I've seen those letters on like news shit.
Yeah,
and stuff. I had no idea that's what they were talking about.
Yeah. But anyway,
I don't really give a fuck about U.S. politics, really.
What?
Wait, haven't you heard that guy recently got shot?
Biden?
He got grazed.
Dude,
No, he's dead.
I'm kidding.
Nobody can find Biden.
I'm kidding. Yes.
He went missing. He walked out of the White House in a diaper and his robe, and they were like, "We got to put the lady in instead, and we'll just what's that shit where they can deep fake?
Yeah.
Deep fake Biden going, yeah, go for Kamala who faced Hulk Hogan at Halloween Havoc in 1994.
I know we're supposed to be worried about like deep fake. I've watched several deep fake porns, so I feel like it's only heading in a good direction.
That's so weird. Who watches deep fake porn?
I'm glad you said
Do you understand?
that,
They have
like,
Layla Fernandez.
That's awesome. No, I was gonna bring that up.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They
don't.
That's fucking funny, man. That's funny though. I was gonna say that I was on the subway today and the door opened, and this is right after you'd asked me to do this.
Fucking
And
sick.
it was Layla Fernandez, and I just in my head I go, it's awesome that she has a poster of her on the subway. And Lee will never get better than a poster on like a pole somewhere that he put up. That's so awesome. I mean, I'm no better, but at the same time, it was just like.
Yes, he will have a poster on a pole somewhere. It's gonna say wanted.
I couldn't be prouder of my niece, and I think it's very, it's fortunate that she's the one that is putting the Fernandez name out there, and not me. I will say that much.
No, I do feel like you're gonna be like in years from now, there's gonna be like some weird footnote about you in her story, like it's like ends off with jail time kind of thing. Like, that's my guess.
I got a
It has to
question.
do with an arson, probably.
Yep, I wouldn't bet. I would.
If you
This clip is not going to age well.
if you had gotten famous, but you are like what you are, which means like, divisive, I guess. I don't know what the right word is, but like
shit.
Yeah. Do you think if you had gotten famous and then she became a tennis star, do you think she would deny allegations that you're her uncle?
That'd be awesome.
They can never be
so
allegations. It's the truth.
But she can duck them.
Allegations.
Yeah.
Like, what an idiot. How the fuck do you...
They put her on trial
Yeah.
to find out if she's related to you.
I've never met this man.
Your Honor, she once said when she was 8 that I was, and I quote, her favorite uncle.
Yeah.
No. She spit up a milk during dinner when I said something really funny, and that's what made it. So
many-
guess what?
Nice.
I am the preferred family member.
How many uncles does she have?
An heir of the Layla Fernandez.
Fortune. She's gonna die before you. You fucking idiot.
Under mysterious circumstances.
you're like a Disney uncle that kills her. Arson. That's such good timing. Yeah. Do you think she would skirt talking about you a little bit? Let's say they're like, Layla, we found out that. Is your uncle the Hispanic Alex Jones? What do you think she's saying?
I think she wouldn't deny it, but she wouldn't elaborate.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
I
gonna
kind of
say
feel bad for
her
you.
PR team would have given her like a
She was
really
like,
nice.
oh yeah, that's my Tio.
Yeah.
She'll use that class.
and then that's the open of every podcast for you that you put out. Then forward.
We share blood, not opinions.
Yeah. She has a prepared lines.
Statement from her PR firm.
You don't choose your family, but you love them anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, very well, yes. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're okay.
I kind of really wish you would get famous just for that. I don't even care if I didn't get famous. You leave this podcast, start another podcast, get super famous. I'd be happy just to know that she doesn't talk about you publicly.
She shouldn't. No, I swear to God, I remember once in our group chat with Prescott, the Shark, and Alex.
Oh, I thought you were saying Layla. I'm like, that's the weirdest group chat. Your niece and your...
No, I requested to be a part of the group chat. It's my approval is pending.
The family group chat.
No, but
They've left it unread for 8 years.
But with them, with my buddies, one of them told me, "Oh, Layla's on TSN or whatever, talking about your podcast," and my fucking heart dropped. I was like, "She's finished. Like, she's ruined. Like we've ruined her." Like, I panicked for a bit.
Yeah,
and I was told no, like it was a joke. I'm like, oh, like thank God, because that. It makes sense. I'm not like on a podcast with a good-looking person talking about like
neither am I.
Good like a lot would tend to disagree, my friend. No, so it's like it's better that she remains her own thing.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yes, it totally should remain her own thing and never relate to. Goddamn lucky that she's mixed with a different type of people, so she doesn't even look like you that much.
I don't know. That poster I saw today, if I drew that on her, that'd be input.
You think so?
Hat on her head.
There's something.
There's something there.
Yeah, there's something there.
Do you look a lot like your brother? Like her dad?
Not really.
No. Anyway, that's what I was gonna ask. You said you're her favorite uncle.
Racist.
Why do you think you're on this podcast?
You know who you look like? Every Hispanic I've ever seen. Oh, speaking of which, formerly Jose Guzman, I hung out with recently, and he really wants to be on the podcast again.
Yeah, let him be on. You know, you look like the embodiment of every like nerd on the internet. Like if like every nerd soul came together and formed somebody, it's Sanker.
You know what you look like? Every failure I've seen on the bus.
You know what you look like? Daniel Sanker. And I don't know if you watch this podcast. Oh wait, I'm getting ready for it.
Fuck that joke. I'm going to the next
We always love when Bobby
Bobby joins the podcast. Yeah, thanks for calling in, Bobby. That's what we'll just pretend like he calls in. I saw him. I did go to Josh Infald's surprise birthday party this past weekend. Alex DeWitt, 2 girls on his arm.
Surprised anyone cared.
No, wait, I want to hear about DeWitt.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, DeWitt. There's DeWitt shows. DeWitt's there, and then
DeWitt's a slut.
These 2 white girls show up. One apparently, I think, is like there's some history there where Dana is trying to set up DeWitt with this. I can only describe as hippie girl.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but the other girl, that one was the one who was really making me laugh. And I'm sorry if she hears this, but I was driving to the birthday party, and we passed by this group of young Muslim girls in burqas, right? And I go to my girl as a joke, and I'm like, "Oh, you think they're coming to the party too?" You know, because obviously not, right? It's a little joke, whatever. I go park my car, and I see this fucking white girl that looks like she belonged on Jerry Springer.
Yep.
You know, just short shorts, tattoos, like
hot.
No. Oh shit! I said no too loud. No. But just she looks like she was pregnant at 16. And I go, that kind of looks more like our kind of crowd at this party. And then I walk to the party, and she's sitting next to DeWitt having drinks.
Amazing. Yeah, I was gonna say DeWitt. I would assume that the girls hanging out with him have like they're white girls with like cornrows and like wearing Marshall Mathers LP shirts.
Yeah, I would.
They're sick and tired of fucking black guys, and then they meet DeWitt, who kind of reminds them.
Yeah,
a little bit of a black guy.
Has like the hip hop twang kind of thing on him.
Sanker obviously disagrees with this, but you're disagreeing with it in a way where you think I'm serious.
Okay, all right. Oh God, sorry, your acting was so good. Because I was like, he's still He's just one of those guys that's so knowledgeable about hip hop, yet still the whitest guy I've ever known.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
I don't
what
know
I was
how
thinking.
he does that.
Yeah,
He really balances those two out.
it's you're right. Yeah, he's like, if there's any big hip hop artist that comes to town, he's at the show. 50 Cent, Eminem, whoever.
Yeah.
And he sticks out like such a sore fucking thumb
Yeah.
at those. Like, but however, I grew up in Burlington, so I grew up with a lot of DeWitts, like a lot of kids that know a lot about hip hop, and I was kind of like that at one point in my life as well. Like in '97, I was big into hip hop and like loved like old school shit.
Yeah.
And,
Well, was it old school at that time?
Both. Like, well, yeah, I was.
Like you're saying you were into Run DMC.
I was
in
running to
97.
Run DMC.
Okay.
Like I was learning about like Grandmaster Flash and like all the like Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
Like I had all those like back in the day CDs, and I still have them in my car. Like I still listen to CDs in my car. Like I have the first two Wu-Tang albums like on CD in my car. So I get it, but it was as soon as you said Duet was with two chicks, the options for jokes were like Real Slim Shady's Please Stand Up kind of thing, or Underage was the other way to go, just as a dick. Or I don't actually think that.
Or a potential lesbian orgy.
He has lesbian face, and I can't figure out what it is about his face.
He does.
He has
That's
lesbian
funny.
face. I'll show you the picture. Lee sent it to me. I don't know how Lee got the picture, but he had a picture of DeWitt.
It was on Dana's.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Dana's such a bad friend to DeWitt.
Yeah.
Can you guess which one I thought was Jerry Springer-ish?
The
There you go. Yeah. Lee,
they're not bad.
No, I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I'm not showing it to the camera, because then people be
for
nicer.
Sure, for sure. Good for DeWitt, actually. I'm going to say that. That was,
Well, I don't know if he fucked them.
I hope that he had a threesome. Here's DeWitt had a threesome. I'm putting it out there. That's what's up.
Oh, good for him.
I like how you accepted it. Like, oh, good.
Those
for
are
him.
white chicks. Sanger doesn't like white chicks because he's dating a black woman.
No,
so he has to pretend he only likes black women. He's so fucking whipped.
You're such a fucking nerd. You always think of dumb shit in your head. I never
Who are you
liked
talking to me or
you.
Oh, okay.
I never liked white girls. Like I like some. Like if you would see like the famous
He just goes,
ones
I
or-
never like. Well, I like some. Shut
like,
up.
look,
Like
there's
right, that eliminates your whole argument.
No,
at
there's
this
a
point.
good-looking girl from every race and ethnicity, sure, but in general, I never like talked to white girls. I never was into white girls. I never dated a full white girl ever. Well, my black girlfriend, Sanker's whipped. You're such a fucking nerd. Fuck you and your fucking Jerry Springer nerd girls that you fuck with their little progeria voices and stuff like that. You make me sick. Can't date a single other thing. I don't even like my own people. Fuck you. You have the hottest women in the world and you're pretending like they're nothings. You make me sick. Everybody else likes your women and wants to fuck them, and you gotta go.
And he gets engaged to them.
You were engaged to a Latina?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, no, I got her pregnant and made her abort it. Lee is speechless.
No, I was waiting. I was gonna say it's funny that Sanger has like a type. Like, I don't care for fucking white women. I only like you like black, right?
White women I like them. They're just my least favorite out of all the women.
Well, I just like that you have a type because you're nobodies. That's what I was just like realizing during that whole little rant of yours.
Oh, that I'm nobody's type?
I'm telling you right now, as a friend.
But he's dating someone.
I'm dating someone.
He's been in a relationship with her for years.
You have a string of failed.
I've had like 3 go fucking tits up while this guy's still with the same chick.
At the party, I was talking to somebody. Who was I talking to? I'm trying to. Maybe I shouldn't time them out, but I was talking to somebody, and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, where's Lee?" I'm like, "I think he's with his girl or whatever," and they go, "Yeah, that'll last."
Your meanies with the flavor of the week.
No, he dates white girls. There's no flavor. He's with the bland of the week.
Hey, salt is a flavor.
You get a lot of it on crackers.
He's the saltine dater.
I hope that picked up, Mark, because he made a cracker reference on that salt joke.
Oh man! You know what's funny? Actually, when you edit the podcast or listen to the whole thing, there are jokes you miss that I wish I heard at the point because they were funny. But you just miss them. Oh, by the way, you got to come. I was talking to Mark before this. Next Greektown wrestling event, we're going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, I went to one 2 weeks ago. Northern Crown.
Northern Crown.
Northern Crown.
Guys, I went to a show at.
Where's that?
It was at Bathurst.
Bathurst.
North of DuPont, just north of the tracks.
North of
shit,
DuPont
it's
is the tracks.
super indie.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
350 people.
350 people. Sorry, I'm just repeating.
Yeah.
350 in the bar.
You know what? I say the Greektown one, but literally any live local wrestling. I don't know. It's not
Yeah.
local because they go
Yeah,
nationally
they're-
or whatever.
Some of
But-
them are
There's one
local.
coming
Yeah.
up August long weekend at the
August long weekend.
Yeah. Thank you.
the Steam Whistle.
Steam Whistle. What's it called?
The brewery.
Across from Skydome.
Yeah.
The brewery, Stream Whistle
Roundhouse.
Brewery area, whatever. Yeah. Wait, no, I think I might be at a wedding that weekend, but whatever. The next available one, we gotta go. It's so much more fun to go to like a small time one
They're
than
the
like.
best.
'Cause there's,
Yeah.
there's like no stakes. You're cheering for who everyone else is cheering for. You have no real most of the time. You have no real
Like,
knowledge of
yeah,
who
yeah,
the
yeah.
person is.
No,
you
I
don't see
didn't.
him on TV before, so you just kind of go like, "Oh, I like the guy in the monkey mask."
Yeah,
And
Space Monkey is the shit. Apparently,
There you go. Yeah,
some
yeah.
guy named Space Monkey
guy
is
named
like
Ringo
number
Ringo
one.
Loco is the shit.
Ringo Loco is cool.
Ringo Loco. He's like a stocky little guy, but he does like crazy Hardy Boys. Like
flips.
and shit.
Yeah.
There's
Awesome.
a company called GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, who I've seen twice now at the
good name.
Opera House. The first time they were there at the Opera House, it was fucking packed.
Yeah.
The next time I went, it was like literally just around the ring, and then people were up on the balcony, and I was the asshole in the bar the whole time, just standing on the rail of the bar watching. And
McNally's such a drunk.
yeah, hammered alone.
Yeah.
And I was chirping the whole time as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my favorite thing about
That's-
being at wrestling shows is yelling like nice suplex, ma'am, is a normal classic for me. Making fun of their outfits, shit like that. But I think one of the last times you invited me to do the podcast, we said we were going to talk about good wrestling signs in the crowd.
Oh yeah.
I actually prepared.
Prepared for our podcast. You told me this before.
I,
Lee, did you prepare for our podcast?
No, he didn't even fucking wake up on time for it. So there's a video on YouTube. There's a video on YouTube that has 100 wrestling signs, the best ones that were on
sick,
WWE.
okay.
So I stole a few from that, but I'll tell you a few that I've seen that I thought were fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And the first one was at the first ever WWF event I went to. It was a pay-per-view called Breakdown in 1998. And this is right after like the Clinton, Monica Lewinsky stuff had come out. Like I think the full report had just come out. And a guy had a sign and he was just, this is not even for TV. He's standing in the hallway of Cops Coliseum with a sign saying Lewinsky dipped cigars. And my dad had to explain to me that Bill Clinton had fucking fucked Lewinsky with a cigar.
Wait, how old
as
were you?
part of the report. How old are you in grade 8? 12?
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, 12. He had to explain that. I think he just said he used the cigar during a sex act or said something to that effect.
I love your dad. That
Yeah.
He would explain that to a 12-year-old. I think most dads nowadays.
I
would just-
lived in Shoeless Joe's in Burlington. Like I
okay.
lived in bars, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Like so I heard all that shit. The same night, Lee, you're gonna love this one. Very simple. Hey Sable, honk honk.
Yes.
One of the best signs I've ever seen, hands down. Because
Sable had the tightest tits, and I don't mean that as a compliment, meaning they were so inflated, but she was so skinny that there wasn't enough skin. I just remember them like.
Now I think about it, I go like, yeah, those are the fakest tits I had ever
fakest-
seen in my life.
So why were they so hot before?
Because you were
That's
doing
it. We didn't
better.
know better.
And
We didn't know
the-
better.
Yeah. And of
Shout out
course,
to P. Scotty for saying
there's-
we didn't
yeah.
know better. He's right.
they also like bras help make that shit look
Yeah.
better. Like
And
it's-
also reminded me because I like comic books of those superhero tits.
I just remember he shit on all the Comic-Con people.
It's the Catwoman costume. She always wore leather.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they always break out some hot ones.
He walks through. What a bunch of fucking nerds. Oh, Captain America, you should
Because
won.
all the chicks that dress like nerds, they don't have those tits.
No.
No,
They
it's
got
true.
like-
yeah, most of them are pretty flat.
Yeah,
They're-
Or like they're really down. they give birth to a few other fucking nerds.
Or it fits as like a big girl costume and stuff like that.
Exactly.
All right, so
there's no good tits at Comic Con.
okay, let's go back to my bit.
That can't wait. Yeah. Let's go back to the bit. I have to disagree with that from the videos I've seen online.
Shut up. We're going back to his bit.
Okay, so you guys know
Sorry.
Roman Reigns, who's known as the tribal chief.
Sure.
Tribal queef was a sign. Just love seeing queef anywhere. If Cena wins, we complain online rather than if Cena wins, we riot, which is normally what used to be the thing. This one's great. Goldberg eats corn the long way. That's
that one I heard about.
Yeah. At WrestleMania 18, it was Edge versus Booker T. And whoever won got a Japanese shampoo commercial. Yeah. And the sign said, they're fighting over shampoo.
Wait, was that a real storyline they did?
There was a real storyline they did.
I'm surprised you didn't bring this one, Mark. But my favorite one has to be, I think it was in Canada, Shawn Michaels has AIDS.
That was on the list.
That's the best one.
That's a great one. That's a really good one.
Because he's like a heartbreaker, so he probably fucked a lot.
And he was
it's a sure.
And he was in Playgirl.
Estimate.
Yeah, he was in Playgirl. Yeah.
Everybody in Playgirl has AIDS.
Shawn Michaels.
I guess that's what we're getting at.
It is funny when you break down like someone's character to really what it is. Yeah. Like you could be like, oh, Goldberg was the guy who was he couldn't be beat or whatever. Shawn Michaels' character was, hey, I'm a whore.
I'm just a man whore.
I'm a man whore,
Yeah.
and I like to wrestle, but I'm also a man whore.
Val Venus.
Yeah,
Val Venus' whole thing was like, oh, I'm a porn star.
I'm a porn star.
Shawn Michaels like, I don't even do this for work like a porn star. I just fuck.
I'm a whore.
I'm not making a living at that. Why is your hair so wet? Because you know how like every wrestler's hair is fucking soaked. Bret Hart humps cows.
I want you to know that was audible.
Chris Benoit can't melt steel beams.
Which one?
Chris Benoit can't melt steel beams. That's a thinker right there.
Yeah.
It's a 9/11 thing.
Yeah. Big Papa Boner. Boner's always a good one. And then this one, I saw this not very long ago. This kid was about 3 rows behind me at an AEW event. And he had a sign that was his face with LED lights around it. And he just kept yelling, put my face on TV. Oh. And I was like, I'm very impressed with, like, you made a sign. You figured out the LED shit.
I mean,
I saw one that I liked very recently.
Yeah.
It was MarK Mcnally's bit sucked.
Started off good, and then Lee shit on it.
No, I want. How do you say there's no? Okay, well maybe it's because I think I've been to a Comic-Con once, so I don't remember seeing. But there has to be hot girls. I thought that's the thing. I thought there's like
there are
hot girls who just show up.
There's
they're not nerds. That's what I believe. They're not real nerds. They're just
some are.
Some are, I guess, but I don't know. You didn't see a single one?
No, the only hot woman I saw at the Comic-Con when I went there was Linda Hamilton, and she was 92. I didn't notice no hot girls at that fucking place.
No, if anything, it's gamer girls.
Gamer girls are supposed to be hot, yeah. But, like, if I type in cosplay into my phone right now, there's going to be, like, a hot girl. Like,
well, that's a big part of, like, Instagram pages is girls dressing
cosplaying,
up, cosplaying, and it's all together. You just sign up.
But that's like using your attractive employee to like take a picture for the company. You know what I mean? They're not going to show like they look like Walmart people, but like with costumes.
The Sears catalog.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just I feel like I'm gonna go whatever's the next Comic-Con next year or whatever. I want to go. I just want to. There has to
dress
be
up.
No.
You should dress up as Dr. Manhattan. Like from Watchmen,
but like
go
fat,
fucking
like,
full naked, and just blue.
Amazing.
They're like, hey, you're the genie from Disney.
Yeah. Lee will paint your taint personally.
I hate that rhymed.
If we look back, if it's not Sable, because I saw pictures of Sable after, and it's like. She just has these, like the skin is so slick and tight.
It's so exhausted.
It's exhausted is a good one. What do you think realistically, if we looked back, who was the actually like the hottest girl diva? Like legitimately, like wasn't.
Stacy Keebler, man.
I was gonna say
Stacey Keebler's up there.
Pretty hot.
She was very pretty and very sexy.
Yeah.
She had it all. But I have a gross like attraction to
Little
Gold
girls.
Dust.
Oh,
Marlena.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought she was so hot.
Goldust's girl.
Yeah, his
Terry
woman.
Reynolds.
No,
Terry.
she had tight tits too, but I don't know. I liked her better than Sable.
Yeah, I don't know. She just reminded me of like a hot mom, like the hottest mom.
Oh yeah, and that's your
Yeah,
thing.
that's fair. Sunny was pretty hot.
Oh yeah, was Sonny famous for also fucking several people, right?
Fucked a lot of people. Also now in jail for like 30 years for
What?
vehicular manslaughter.
Really?
She was hammered.
So she fucked that family.
big time.
Wow.
Killed. I think she killed like a grandfather and the grandkid.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was like her 7th DUI in like
Oh my
years.
God, that's dark.
She's
No more sunny days for her.
no more sunny days at all. No, and it's sad because like I think she was the most downloaded celebrity on AOL and like
in a certain
in
year.
a certain year in the 90s.
Yeah.
And the photos of her now like in court are just like she's not looking good.
The fall for some
big
celebrities
fall.
has to be like, how do you fucking survive that mentally? Like if you're at the fucking tippity top and you have those falls where now you're in prison for 30 years, like how do you mentally like just walk out in the yard every day? And
Human beings are known to adapt.
It's turned into a fucking philosopher now.
hold on, sir.
I don't know. I mean, I have no clue. I think like some things are easier to come back from than others.
Jail for 30 years.
I was gonna try to like not make her case better, but I'm like jail for 30 years is a rough one.
Yeah.
I
thought you were just gonna.
You're gonna have to just figure out how to live a new life in jail. Get a hot girlfriend. But hey, you know who I used to be?
Yeah.
You know the manager for the Body Donas, and it's just like, oh, cool. Maybe you get like a younger girl that'll eat your fucking smelly snatch.
Yeah.
But if not, then just be that chick that's like a whiz baking bread in prison.
There's got to be one prison inmate, lesbian girl, who's just like, I am gonna fucking lick Sonny's clit
Sonny, yeah.
bad. You know, like that's got to be exciting. Like if you're a
that's a
lesbian
huge step up in
fan of the WWF at the time, and Sonny shows up, and you probably you want to make your tongue bumpy from licking that. You know.
Well, it's also kind of like bragging rights.
I don't know what
on the yard.
that means, but
It's such a stretch, but I love it. I guess it's possible.
I just mean whatever. Wouldn't you be excited like if you're gay and a celebrity shows up, it has to be.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
exciting.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's straight guys in prison who are also like, I'm gonna fuck that celebrity. Like,
because it's way cooler than fucking the scariest guy. I fucked Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
like right in his butt, and it's just like hell yeah, that's like major.
Because years later,
yard
you could be
cred.
like, I fucked Iron Man before he was Iron Man
Yeah, that's true.
by force.
No, I fucked James Gandolfini while he was on Sopranos.
You're a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do you think? Would you be proud if you fucked a celebrity before they were a celebrity? Like,
I don't think so.
because it has to be. It's cooler after.
If I was
Like
I'm not
if I-
not proud of a cool story. Yeah, you're just like
No, you're just before or after, one or the other.
you're kind of psyched about it, but you're not like
Yeah.
I'm proud. Like I had a fucking
Like,
kid
would you-
that like graduated Harvard. I fucked some who gives a shit celebrity. Like
You know, my son's going to Harvard this year. Oh yeah.
I fucked Tara Reid.
Before she was American
before
Pie.
she was an American Pie.
Yeah. Fuck, Tara Reid is a great reference.
Who gives a shit?
I also look back at some of those and like, do you look back at some of those celebrities and like, I remember they were hot at the time. Like at least I know my mind thought they were, but then I look back and I'm like, Tara Reid is okay, I guess. Like there's a lot hotter than her. I don't know.
Like
Like
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah,
I
again,
thought she was like amazing.
yeah.
And then you look at her now, and she just looks
But
like a nightmare. Yeah.
she turned bad though. She
Yeah.
was amazing at a point, you know.
Yeah.
I remember thinking Christina Aguilera was hot.
Yeah.
And now I look back, especially at what I was thinking was hot, and I'm like, I'm not into that at all.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Like years after that, I remember like hanging out with people that were younger than me, and one of the dudes saying Lady Gaga was hot, and being like, "What the fuck are you?" I'm like, "Who's point out who she is?"
And
pointed her out in the video, and I was like, "That's not."
She's
okay,
so
whatever,
fucking
man.
mediocre.
Yeah,
she's so fucking mediocre.
Christina was hot.
Christina
Aguilera
is hot.
I would argue
we're talking about Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
By comparison.
We're talking about. We've moved on.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just some of them. Like I think also once a new level is reached, like I won't even talk non-white girls to like kowtow to Lee's "I love white girls" thing. Like once Megan Fox hit the scene, then you're looking back at other girls pre Megan Fox, and you're like, they're okay, but we've reached a new level now, and I can't go back.
That's fair.
Well, I had sex with a black girl a long time ago, and then I thought I was into them. That lasted a month. Yeah.
You were just sitting with that one.
Yeah, he just had that gun loaded.
They restocked on vanilla. Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, that is funny. But I will say when I made my little joke about Lee only liking white girls, and I saw his face go, and then I said something, and I could tell that was a moment where he's go, I'm going to disregard what you just said. I want to say this.
That probably happened. I can't remember.
If you rewatch this moment, you disregard the conversation completely. You just want to tell people, I dated a black girl, and then I didn't like it.
That's amazing that you.
Yeah, you didn't have to tell either parts of that story.
Oh, how was Miami?
Don't you want to ask Lewis?
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, there's a teaser. We'll do a teaser because you went to Miami.
Now that you brought up Lewis, he's currently concussed.
What?
He couldn't.
What happened?
I don't want to fucking. I'll tell you what happened. No, it wasn't Miami. It was some work event, and I guess it was like almost like when you're tied to a colleague or whatever.
Oh shit!
Some type of exercise. This is what happened. 1 second.
We bumped foreheads.
little Lewis, what happened? He bumped his head on the counter.
He says he'll do the pod next week.
Yeah.
I have a concussion right now.
Yeah, it's good.
So I'm like, how'd that happen? I fell out of a tree. A working force gull gag prison team bonding activity. To be clear, hanging in the tree was part of the challenge, and I was being egged on by my senior leadership of my company.
Oh, you had the twat accent on so well.
Oh, I know, you dropped it.
But then I forgot how to read.
Yeah. He did like an American in an old English movie where he's playing King Arthur, and towards the end he's just like, I'm King Arthur.
I want MarK to read this next one in the green.
Nope. Nice try. I almost dove right in.
I proceeded to ask,
it's not a teleprompter. Mark was.
Wait, so then Lewis continues that he lost his grip and he fell spectacularly, and yeah, that's about it. I guess I could read.
So he's just like at home nursing a headache.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. What is a concussion? Have you ever had a concussion?
I've had.
Yeah, you look like
4.
you had 4.
I think. Yeah, I had.
Yeah, not remembering is the funniest.
Oh, totally.
Irony. Yeah.
There was a day at school where, like, when there was an ice patch and everyone would be like sliding around. I slipped and hit my head.
Yeah.
And
is that what happened? Is that spot?
That's. I'll get to that one. So I slipped and hit my head that way.
That's from his uncle's hand holding his head into a pillow.
Nice. And then later on that day, this was like out of a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
This girl was trying to open her locker And I was like, oh, I'll help. And then as soon as I got there, she opened it and hit me right in the face. I don't remember anything after that.
So
I
it's
got
America's Funniest Home Videos.
I wish. I would have won 10 grand for sure. So I get on the bus and I ended up throwing up blood on the bus.
Holy shit.
And like my mom, for whatever reason, my mom just kind of went like, go lay down.
Yeah.
And let a child with a concussion
Which
go
is
to
also the
sleep,
worst
which
thing
is
you're
the
supposed
worst
to do,
thing
right?
you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So there's that one. I think I got one from hockey. I can't remember if I did or not. That's not good.
Yeah.
I got sucker punched. I was like blackout.
Oh,
drunk,
I know that's
and annoying a bunch of people, and one of them finally just fucking swung from behind me and hit me in the face and hit me like there on my nose. And boy, did I come out of that blackout in a hurry. And then I feel like there's one other one within that, like in between that time when I was younger. But it's funny, like I said earlier, like I grew up in Shoeless Joe's in Burlington, and one of the bartenders there told us that he had, I want to say it was like 17 concussions.
Wow.
And he explained a few of them.
That's football numbers.
Yeah. Like 5 of them were from football.
Oh, okay.
But the first one that he, like that the first time where like a doctor said it was a full-blown concussion, he won a tennis tournament. And was jumping up and down, all excited, and went to go shake the other guy's hand. But when he went to go do it, he jumped to the net, and his feet caught, and he just shit whipped and hit his face, and woke up in the hospital like 3 days later or something like that.
That's fucking hilarious.
And
what a fucking idiot.
I remember being a kid too, and he's telling the story, and I'm like
nobody deserves that more than that guy.
totally celebrating your win so hard. And I remember doing that. I remember like putting my face into my Coca-Cola because I didn't want to laugh. Like, because I was like, that's the funniest shit I had ever heard.
It's so funny. His brain cells are dying.
Yeah.
And Mark's like, ooh, what a loser.
Because I could totally, like, he described it really well, I could totally visualize it.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it. I grew up loving Jackass and America's Funniest Home Videos, so that shit's always been funny to me.
The fucked up part about concussions is like we all find them funny to see them in the moment, but they're 100% what leads to people killing people.
Yeah.
All the Chris Benoit bullshit.
All the Chris Benoit. They put that on steroids for a long time. That
changes your fucking personality. Like,
yeah.
It's completely a bad hit to the head for sure.
Benoit brain. That's what they're calling it now. Yeah.
Are you making that up, or is that that's what they call it?
It's a real thing.
Wow.
Because they did end up studying his brain after he
they did like an autopsy or whatever. Yeah. No, it's fucking like we laugh about it. CTE is so insanely serious. Like,
well, like think of like.
Well, it turned Aaron Hernandez gay, right?
Is that what happened?
He went to jail, and then he had a boyfriend in there. It's the CTE.
You go to a gay club. There's guys walking behind you with metal bats. Not only will I fuck you, you'll want to fuck me when you wake up.
Remember, you were born this way. Shout out mediocre Lady Gaga.
Here, you haven't drank. You want some water?
Nah.
It's empty. I mean, what's the opposite I wanted?
It's full.
It's full.
I have
you.
CTE. It's Sanker.
It's you, empty inside.
Well, that was pretty good. Hold on.
Sanker's full.
That was my compliment to
Who's
you.
laughing? I thought that was Baxter's laugh for the longest time.
No. I think it's Scarface. I'll be honest. The board is now 90% Scarface.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. Scarface up there in one of the greatest movies of all time. We did a whole episode on it. Yeah. I thought we were going to do more of those. Just full episodes. McNally, if we said...
then that would be too much like, that failed atrocity, flicks with dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was dick
too much
related.
like that.
But if you do a Scarface episode, bring Aaron Rye on.
That's who we
we
did it with.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, we did it with. If you had to do just a whole podcast, whatever, about one movie, which one would you pick? Ready to Rumble?
No, that's a good one. Ghostbusters, probably.
Okay. I'm glad you said this, because I think actually Lee and I talked about it recently. When the Ghostbusters, like the women Ghostbusters thing and everything like that, people were like mad, like you're ruining this fucking gem of
did.
Hollywood or whatever. Yeah, they did. But I remember thinking at that time, I'm like, I don't know. I like Ghostbusters. I didn't think it was like some travesty to like ruin or whatever. But you love Ghostbusters. What is it about Ghostbusters that's like amazing?
First off, no one in that movie gets better. You know how most movies, like, you start off and you need a goal?
The Ghostbusters treat the souls of dead people like they were pest or vermin.
Yeah.
And they exterminate them
Yeah.
and put them in a wall.
I never, you know what?
and they get no peace.
I never thought.
That's what's so cool about
I never thought about it that it's somebody's gammy.
Yeah.
It's somebody's gammy that they've shoved it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
like,
Yeah,
but,
you were
like,
going.
In most other movies, like, Bill Murray wouldn't believe in ghosts or any of that shit, and then by the end of the movie, he'd believe in it.
Yeah.
Because they defeated whatever. They're all already on board. It's just, and like no one in that ends up having like any kind of arc. It's literally just the story of these guys go into business to exterminate ghosts, and they become like ghost custodians, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's funny. It's like as like a guy that's into film and shit like that. It's a fucking awesome movie, and they did pretty cool stuff at the time.
So you do
special
a
effects
whole
wise.
episode on just Ghostbusters.
I could probably do a podcast on Ghostbusters for
Like that's the whole theme of the podcast.
Yeah, I could do it for a few years.
Wow. Really?
Years is long, but I could.
No. But still, you could do.
If you said I needed to do 6 episodes, I could do 6 episodes on Ghostbusters.
Yeah, six
Yeah,
episodes on
for sure. There's probably a couple movies I could.
Are you talking like Ghostbusters 1 and 2?
I would
and
probably focus mostly on the first Ghostbusters.
just 6 whole episodes just on the first Ghostbusters. No, I'm just asking.
No,
like,
I
you,
couldn't. I
fine.
couldn't do it. solely
Netflix
on
might
that.
be watching.
They could be.
They will-
I don't think I could do. I don't think I could do 6 whole episodes solely on that movie. I could do a few episodes on that movie, and then I'd have to go over to, like, I got in because of the cartoon originally. I would talk about the second movie. I would talk about why I never saw the female Ghostbusters.
This sounds like the worst podcast ever.
Yeah, we're not saying it's good. We're just saying.
It'd
Like one episode is enough.
Wait.
That was the question.
what would be question? I'm not saying I'm going to do this.
Wasn't your question? Like, what would you make one episode? Or
Yeah, one episode.
One
Like,
episode.
one
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
He's describing
But
a
still,
miniseries.
he's saying he likes it so. I am interested that he likes it so much.
Sorry, that I was led to believe that I was supposed to do a podcast about one movie going forward.
Oh, no.
And that's just the one I know
No.
most about. So I
One
could.
episode. If we
Yeah,
said,
fuck yeah.
Mark,
Oh,
we're
there's
going to
lots of
do
movies
another
I could do.
movie episode.
Yeah.
What movie would you pick?
Name a movie, and I'll tell you whether or not I could or not.
No.
Philadelphia.
You're picking as number one is you're picking.
Would you?
Ghostbusters.
Are you a Tom Hanks fan? We got AIDS in the theater. I do a whole episode on that.
I do a whole episode. No, I do a whole episode on how he should have won an Oscar for A League of Their Own because he's the funniest fucking thing
That's
in
a
that
funny movie.
Well, it's funny in general, but him and John Lovitz both are so fucking funny in that movie.
Yeah.
That if somebody said tomorrow, like, we're making a Jimmy Dugan movie, I'd be like, sign me the fuck up. I would love to see that movie.
John Lovitz is fucking underrated.
I agree.
And
I
this
agree.
may annoy people. I'll go both sides. I go in both sides. Overrated, underrated. Underrated, John Lovitz. Overrated, Bill Murray.
I love Bill Murray.
I love Bill Murray.
I mean, from what I saw,
I get.
Properly rated.
I get. Yeah, properly rated.
I don't know. It's
get-
just I feel like people revere him, and I would hear about that, and I'm like, the movies are pretty good.
To be fair, it's died down a bit.
Right,
I feel
right.
like a few years ago, there
if
was
anybody
a lot of
came
that.
around and revered John Lovitz, would you be like, that's weird.
That is fucking weird. You love the creepy guy in Wedding Singer that had a
exactly.
cameo?
That's a great scene, though.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, you're right. If somebody's like, my idol is John Lovitz, I have a
yeah.
tattoo of him, I'd go,
Lovitz tattoo, yeah.
oh shit, that's a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lee, what about you? One movie you're gonna just fucking forget like a podcast, but you have to do like a 2-hour. You ever seen those 2-hour video essays on?
Showgirls.
I was gonna say Human Centipede or Serbian film or something crazy like that.
Oh, I saw a Serbian film.
Did you? I haven't seen
That's
that.
what it's called. I saw sir. You said the name of the movie. I only watched parts of it. I watched
Serbian
like
film?
I think the beginning, a bit of the middle, and the end.
That's
the whole movie.
Yeah.
No, I was like in pieces.
Yeah,
Like, I couldn't commit.
It's hard. It's you jerk off for so long, and then you come, and then you got to stop the movie, and then you start jerking off.
I saw something called Irreversible, and it's basically got the world's longest rape scene in it. And this was like I was with an ex-girlfriend, and we had a nice little pizza date in our room or whatever.
You're the worst date I've ever heard of in my life.
I think I talked about it already on this, but I was with the Shark, and we were at some movie store that had all these different type of movies from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I picked this movie called Irreversible up, and I show it to the Shark. I'm like, "What about this?" And he goes like, "Oh yeah, like you want that." So I buy. It's almost $30. I fucking buy it.
You bought it?
I bought it. Yeah,
$30.
And I'm just watching it, and then this rape scene in a tunnel comes up.
Yeah.
And it won't stop. Like, we're sitting there, slow chewing at this point.
Yeah.
And going like, we're looking at each other like, let me fast forward it. And you know, like when you fast forward, you could see like the timer. It wouldn't stop. Like, and he's just like fucking her faster and faster and faster.
That's so weird.
And I was just like, so that movie, you know.
Yeah.
That one, that sounds terrible. I once watched Precious. With a
I never
girl,
seen
like,
Precious.
Don't. If you, it's Precious is like the most depressing thing. I know there's more depressing movies out there.
Yeah.
But like I was going to this girl's room, thinking I was gonna hook up with her.
Yeah.
And then we watched that movie, and I was like, I'm not gonna get a boner for like at least a day.
Because I'm only attracted to younger, fat black women.
Mark Soap's like he's crying. He's like, she's so fucking fat.
Her mom's so mean and she's so fat.
She's so fucking fat. Oh, it's black.
But here's the thing: the fucking weirdo that you were with, even after watching the 40-minute rape scene, you fucked her, didn't you?
We still, dude, that same girl.
That same girl, that same night.
No, the same girl. We watched
jerking me off, man.
on another occasion. We watched The Hills Have Eyes, the remake.
Yeah.
And we were I was in mid thrusting when the rape scene in that movie came on. And she looked over, and I looked over, and she started she watched enough of it to start crying. Like it broke her heart. And I was still fucking her. And I went, "Are you okay?"
And by "are you okay" he means stop crying.
No, like, well, I came already. That was hot.
You know what's funny? Lee thinks that's what happened. She saw the reflection of Lee fucking her in the TV.
Yeah, I got a reflection of Lee in the mirror.
I was just like, oh, it's just a movie.
I laughed at. Do you remember? There's a almost rape scene in The Watchmen where the comedian goes to. I was in a movie theater with one of my best friends. And it was just something like the movie theater was
because
packed.
what they were wearing.
It was
it's like a rape at Comic-Con.
which
It looks funny.
let's be honest, probably does happen from time to time.
Yeah, just a fucking Spider-Man raping a Thanos.
That's amazing.
But I remember
I'd watch. Like, yo, shut the door.
Yeah. Here, do the closed fist thing.
Yeah, exactly. Jerk me off with that giant gold diamond fist.
I was it was a packed movie theater, and it was just, when time does slow down. So like realistically, if you look at that almost rape scene, it's probably 5 to 10 seconds long because it gets stopped. But there was something about it. There were so many people around us. I'm sitting there eating popcorn, and I just remember it was quiet because it was just such an awkward scene. Like, you're like, is this...
You just hear you crunching.
Well, I had mixed my Maltesers in my popcorn. So
Oh, very stealth.
No, like, it was just awkward. And just the silence, I started fucking laughing.
Because of that. Yeah.
And my friend turned to me and was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You should have just told them, like, she's getting raped.
No, you don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't think you know what's going on here. She's being raped.
She's not losing a fight.
I laughed really hard in Revenge of the Sith when he goes and Darth Vader at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking, Anakin is in front of all the kids, and they're like, Master Skywalker, what do we do?
Oh, yeah.
And the lightsaber comes out. I fucking laughed so hard in a packed theater for that one. And like 4 people whipped their heads around at me. And I just like, just.
There's just something about like when a movie scene is so fucking brutal. Yeah.
And out of tone from the rest of the movie.
Yes.
Too.
Out of
That's
tone.
That's a big part of it, for sure.
So I just start laughing because I'm like, I can't believe a room full of people is watching this brutal. He's gonna kill kids. Yeah. We're gonna watch this guy kill kids, exactly and we're all gonna go. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
There's something like evil to humanity that like it makes me laugh, but not. I guess it's like an awkward laugh.
That happened to me during Sound of Freedom.
But you were just laughing the entire time, rubbing your hands together maniacally.
Lee yelled, "We got him, boys!"
Then at the end, he's like just cheering, like,
yeah,
woo! Like it's a race.
One for the home team. That's what he yelled.
Yeah.
I never saw that movie.
Oh, it's the present.
Is it? It has to be, right? I don't feel the need to like some. I'll just believe you that it's horrendous and this stuff is going on.
You'll cry.
Yeah.
It's like precious.
Yeah. Like I don't need to like even some of the like surviving R. Kelly or whatever. Like if you tell me he did all this shit, I can hear about it as like a blurb. I don't need to like.
I heard
watch
like
the
Marley and
brutality.
Me was sad, and I started watching him. Like this dog's an asshole. But I know how it ends, so I'm going to watch the end of this shit. I want to see this fucking dog die.
That's awesome.
This should be our bit. We go to movies that we know has a sad part.
Yeah.
And we go, take that, Marley. Just ruin people's...
Eat shit, Yeller!
Are we good?
Yeah. Mark, where can people find you online? You have a TikTok that you're pretty active on.
Try to be anyways.
Yeah.
I think all my shit except for Facebook is at Duder McNally, and then at Facebook it's MarK Mcnally Comedy. And then I'm recording my first album. I'm going to throw a plug out hard. I'm recording my first album August 11th, 2 shows, 7 and 9 at Supermarket Bar in Kensington on Augusta. And I got some good people.
Toronto's newest gay club.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah!
Get your Bud Light.
Pride
As many
Month's
Bud
not
Lights
over.
as you can handle. Aaron Rye is hosting the 7 o'clock show. So it should be.
Wait, what's the date?
August 11th and 7 and 9 o'clock shows.
I might come to that and get drunk. I used to get drunk at Supermarket a lot.
It's a good bar. It's a good place. It's a good spot.
Yeah.
I did a show there like 7 years ago. And that was one of those places where I was like, man, if I ever record something, that'd be a cool place to do it.
Like,
It's a spot.
like supermarket, Sanker just gets drunk while grocery shopping. Like, he thinks he knows like the club.
I could see you doing that. I could see you going into like a Loblaws with a shopping cart and everything, going to the beer section first, grabbing 2, opening 1, and then just doing your grocery shopping with a beer in your hand.
He drinks beer.
They would look at me like, we should...
No, I'm paying for this. Like, I'm paying for this.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you would say. Like, no, I'm fucking going to pay for this.
Lee drinks the beers like other people eat grapes while they're playing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dude, we were talking about, we're going to get to drink in parks soon or whatever.
Yeah.
I drink beers at red lights while waiting to cross.
I love doing that.
I love doing that too.
Because they got to drive. They can't live like I am.
Or they go like on the highway when you get into somebody's blind spot to take a sip.
Exactly.
All right. Well, to public drinking. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.